What is up, guys, and welcome back to another Bowjinjin Plays playthrough of PSU Dark Souls Edition Ultimate Hell Mode Challenge. So, I'm back again. As you can see, it's considerably darker, like my face. That's because I'm recording at night, and so you might notice that my voice is a bit quieter. Like so in contrast to the last episode, I kind of need to keep it down a bit. But regardless, so last time we met both our instructor and also our partner. So we're in a very unfortunate situation as far as like partnership goes, right? But beggars can't be choosers, I suppose, you know. Sorry, Ethan, but that's just how it goes, right? That's life. But anyway, so we're now headed to our first mission, right? Which is over this way. We need to go to the flyer base, was it? Yeah. We already talked to this honey over here. Alright, so we're off to the Rathon Meadow, I believe it was called. And I have already recruited Hugo and Karen, so away we go. Let's do this. Ooh. Wow, this looks a lot more beautiful than I remember it, actually.
So this is Rathon Meadow. There's no sign of civilization anywhere.
Huh. I had thought all the power. Yeah, I noticed that last episode, like I kind of like their voices kind of blended together. So I had thought all the power. Or what's voice? Oh, you need to give him like a smooth voice, right? I thought all the Peru was developed and industrialized, but there are still places like this, I see.
No matter how much of Peru is artificial,
I wish I could do my higher voice.
You can't change the fact that it's all sitting on rock and soil. Come to think about it, the Guardian's colony is probably much more artificial than Peru.
My voice is so deep, it's so weird.
Hey, you two brought your goggles with you, right? You should check out some of the trees. Sometimes you can find ones that are easy to take down.
I apologize, my voice for her is pretty terrible. But it's just like every single girl I give, like, it's like, it's this kind of voice, so.
The goggles can do that? Wow, they sure come in handy. But why would I want to take down a tree? I'm anti-deforestation. Oh, never mind. Our client is up ahead. Let's move out.
Okay, wow. This is in HD. Oh my god. Yeah, this looks way better on PC, man. God damn. Alright, well. Whoa, slow down. Yeah, unfortunately, it will slow down at certain points because, unfortunately, I don't know what it is, but there's our ship. But like, I think it's something to do with like the way I've set up OBS, which basically, yeah, kind of slows it down slightly, which is unfortunate, but it shouldn't be too bad.
What's that?
It looks like a cargo transporter.
It looks like a cargo transporter.
I'm trying to copy your voice.
It looks like the engine's still running, but I don't see the driver around here anywhere.
Check it out! Hey, what is this ugly thing?
Ethan, you really don't know what that is?
Not a clue. So what is it?
It's a Koltova.
That's a Koltova? I drink the juice from something that ugly?
What planet are you from? Don't you know the uglier the Koltova, the more
Well,
succulent
technically he isn't from a planet because he grew up on like a space colony.
Then you are one juicy Koltova.
Technicalities, figures of speech, and all that. Ooh, what's
Sorry,
this?
are you Guardians?
Why, yes, we are.
That's right. Are you a resident here?
Oh, thank goodness you're here. I'm Norfe, the caretaker of this green farm. Since the seed attack, the Koltovas have been strange.
Strangely.
Yes, they've become very edgy and aggressive. When they attacked, we hid in a cargo container. But I don't know where Kalam is. Now he's gone. I've been looking everywhere.
Try to calm down. Now, who is Kalam?
He's Mr. Rhymeson, the farm's owner. You
Oh.
see, I was hired to help around the farm.
As if we're supposed to know who that
Mr. Rhyme
is.
was killed during the seed attacks.
Okay.
Kalam and I have been protecting the farm ever since.
I have to say, I'm kind of interrupting, but like, I feel that like
What happened, Kalam?
the character models in PSU are kind of a bit hit and miss for me.
Don't worry.
Some of the character models,
we'll do
like,
everything we can.
you know, Karen
We'll keep
here,
an eye out
Divine
for
Maiden,
him.
some of them really,
I'm sure he'll turn
really,
up.
really cute and whatnot. I even like
Thank you for your kindness.
that little
Thank
chibi
you.
like cast, Lou. She's got a nice design, but like some of the other like designs are kind of a bit hit and miss for me. But there you go. You know, like, do you remember like a certain trio of brothers that we met at the very beginning of the game? Yeah, I mean, like, it's also, it's kind of charming, I guess. You know, I guess, you know, they're there for comic relief, but yeah. Anyway, just me kind of poking holes when I should be focusing on the story. Okay, so we need to find this Kalam guy. Let us save the game first. I'm guessing, is this forwards? I always like the music to this stage. Okay, well, I guess onwards and onwards.
Now we're heading to Rhyme grazing lands. En route, we may come under attack by seed-altered creatures, according to our client. Even the docile Kotovers have been attacking people. I'll be following you too. So please, take appropriate measures to stay safe. Alright. Understood. Yes, madam.
Okay. Yeah, check this out, man. I'm so glad I didn't play the PS2 version, because the PS2 version is like such a far cry from this. It's pretty shocking, actually. You know. Aren't these the guys? Can we get juice from them? All right, so I have God Hand, and as you may notice, right, for the more observant of you, right, when I activated God Hand in the first level, you might remember like the damage values being like not quite as high as that, right? They were about 2,000-ish, right? And it's not the extra, and like, yeah, and the reason they're higher now is actually because oh god, oh. The reason they're higher is because... Okay, well, I've got another God Hand now. 13. You know what? I'll raise the counter, but like I won't. Yeah, because technically I've wasted it, right? So yeah, so I won't do another one. And in any case, yeah, it counts as a new God Hand because I died. So yeah, so yeah, you might know, like I was doing 6,000 damage there, and that's because I actually the value that I set it to before, which is 9999, is actually not the maximum value it can go to, right? Because 9999 is a decimal number, right? AKA it's base 10, so it's like a normal number, right? 9999. You'd think that that's the highest amount, right? But like games are like, or rather like the code structure in games is in hexadecimal, which is base 16, right? So you can actually get a value. I'm not really sure how much that is. I'm gonna have to convert it, like, and tell you guys at some point. But like, basically, the value I've set it to now is FFFF, which is the highest possible value in hexadecimal, right? Which is why I'm doing like over 3 times the damage that I was doing before. But yeah, anyway, before I was a bit careless because I was explaining and yeah, not really paying attention, but oh well, this is that kind of playthrough, I suppose. I kind of got to stay alert, but oh yeah, I have a photon art, don't I? Okay, it has a slow like wind up, so I have to be a bit careful here. Okay, so far so good. You encounter anything in here? Sometimes you do, in these little paths. I'm like trying to keep my distance here, so as not to die, because you know, like PSO 1 was fairly challenging, right? You know, particularly as we got towards like the ruins. Like episode 2 was kind of underwhelming, if I'm honest, right? It could have been like a lot. Okay, there goes my god hand. It could have been like a bit more. Yeah, you know, it paled in comparison, honestly, to like the ruins, right? The ruins was something else, right? I don't know if it was because like I hadn't quite like gotten this good strategy-wise, but yeah, like, you know, there were 1 or 2 threats, like the Del Biters and like those what are they called? Those not the squid things, but like the things that shot things. I forget what they're called, right? But and also the was it the Del Bringers? I can't remember the name, but there was one that charged at you. There was the Del Biters, and there was another one. But yeah, aside from that though, like the squid things weren't that imposing. Yeah. But compared to PSO, which had telepiping, right? And it was purely like, you know, it was like actual one-hit kills, whereas in here it's like one-hit kills for the enemies until like I die, right? Or I choose to deactivate it. So, but the thing is, in here, like I actually have to reload it, and then I lose all my progress. Whereas like in PSO, okay, these guys, what do they do? Okay, I'm lucky that killed it. That killed that thing. But yeah, like, and the most crucial thing I think is that in this game, like the enemies are a bit quicker, and by bit I mean quite a lot quicker. Like, yeah, you know the oh god, be careful. Yeah, like, you know, I was playing ultimate modes on PSO, right? So like, you know, some of the enemies were really quick, right? But oh god. Right, well, I think it's time for 2 god hands. But yeah, like, even though like the Bartles and the Barbles were really quick, you know, like there were still like derpy enemies from PSO, like, whereas like in this game they're actually like, they have like, they're just quicker, right? Their attacks come out quicker, like they're not as derpy as PSO or monsters, you know, so like they're overall more dangerous, you know. So yeah, like, so, all, like, you know, I'm not that far into this yet, but like, so far I can see that, like, even though, like, maybe I die a bit more in PSO, because, like, you know, despite everything I just said, right, like, I would say that the additions that exist in PSU in general, like, you know, like being able to like move around more freely and like aim more freely. I was like giving like the hitboxes in this game shit, like in a previous episode, but like, yeah, you know, you miss more, but like in all, like the action component to the game has been vastly improved. So like it's more like a, it's less like, you know, like a very slow pace, like it's less like a slow pace, like kind of like PSO was barely an action game. Like it was like an action game RPG, right? Where like you kind of moved around and took turns like attacking enemies and stuff like that, right? But this is more of like a, you know, like a bona fide action game, right? So all of the movement options and like the photon arts and like just generally like you can strafe and stuff, and you can like wield a handgun as well as a saber and all this other stuff, right? It actually makes like if you play your cards right, like, you know, so if you don't suck like me, you see like in my attack value minus 65,468. Yeah, so I have about 65,000 attack. Right, that's what FFFF means. But yeah, okay, but you could probably do the maths actually, because it's base 16, right? So F is 16, FF is 100. So like you just take, so you take 1 base 16. So that's 660,000. I can't do it right now, but like, you know, theoretically you could do like, or theoretically, technically you can do the maths, right? But yeah, that's how high my attack is though. So like this should carry me a lot further into the game, because I was a bit worried that like at some point in the game, like the enemies would have high enough defense and high enough level that like my 9999 attack would not be able to one-hit kill them, right? But like now I think I'm a bit more confident overall, you know. Because like 6,000, I think, if my memory serves me correctly, is not a trivial amount of damage, right? That's pretty high, and it will only get higher as I level up as well. So all in all, I think it's like pretty. I can like say with ample confidence that like it's pretty much when it kills, right? So anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, you know, if I don't like mess around, then technically speaking, this game is easier than PSO. Yeah, as long as I'm kind of aware and stuff like that. Again, it sucks that I don't have a dodge roll, because a dodge roll would have been like super useful. You know. But alas, Pindicas, which means alas, peanut butter, like I explained. I forget which episode it was, but yeah, why, like, I'm getting so many like useless like fucking like customization items that I don't need. It's pretty ridiculous. Yeah, and this is why like I designed this challenge this way, is because like, oh god, I blocked that. I would have died. I sound so flustered right now. So flustered. But like, yeah, like if with one hit kills, this game would have been super easy. So like that's why I opted for like a slightly more challenging alternative, which is to limit, to limit myself a bit. Because I could just fucking snipe these guys from anywhere, right? You know. So yeah. Oh god. I need spells. Can I do spells? Those would be pretty useful. I'm glad that these guys can't do like... Oh god! Oh, thank you, Hugo. I think you saved my life. Okay. Slow down. We'll go in the cave. This like there's a lot of similarity, or like there's a lot of like kind of common themes that you see between like, or rather across the Phantasy Star like franchise from online, right? So like there's always like a locale that looks like this. You know, it's like a plain, but it has like these weird like hills and whatnots, and like, you know, like basically like imagine like, you know, the last, just before you fight Dark Fowls in PSO episode 1, like there's that like there's like that like fake meadow before you touch like the monument, and it all turns like dark and sinister. Like that's pretty similar to this, you know. It's like kind of like idyllic and flat, and like there are all these like weird like embankments and stuff, you know. And like PSO 2, like the forest area in that game is similar to this even, you know. It's a bit more like, it's a bit different, you know. I feel it's more like grid-like, that game, or rather like the size of it is less kind of like intimate as this, right? This is like, this could conceivably be a cave, right? Even though it's really just like a, you know, like a carving out, right? But like PSO 2 is more kind of like, you know, the areas are wide and they stay a certain width, you know. So, well, so much for don't be fooled by appearances. Where do I go now? Okay, so that activated that. Cool. I'm loving the 60 frames per second though. I thought it would be off-putting because like I really wasn't used to it the first time that I played the PC version, but it's actually shaping up like to be like fairly cool. And I think at the moment it's not quite 60 Hz because of like my PC being kind of slow, you know. It's lagging slightly, but all in all it's okay. It's still smoother than like the PS2 version. Oh god. Okay, I don't want to stick around to see what these guys do. Yeah, it's too easy, man. It's kind of fun. Like honestly, like one hit kills is kind of fun, right? But like, it makes it too easy, you know. But yeah, pretty soon I'll just be relying on guns, because like, yeah, because what else, right? Like, am I gonna be meleeing everything and getting stressed the fuck out? I don't think so. I need better photon also is what I need. So was that all? I guess there's somewhere else I can go. Down here maybe? I guess back into the forest we go. I think there was another path. Right? Or am I completely mistaken? Yeah, there was no path. Yeah, the camera sucked ass as well, because it was like slower and it looked shittier on the PS2 version. Like, the camera didn't move around as smoothly as this. It would like kind of like, it would almost feel like a rubber band. It was so weird, PS2 version, so I'm glad I'm not playing it. Again, the only drawback is there's no widescreen, but alas, pin the cast, right? Okay, there goes mine. Okay, well, it's time to snipe these guys, and I'm doing like barely any damage. I'm hankering for a save point right about now. Fucking stupid decorations I don't need. Okay. Please give me a save point. I'm in dire need of one. Please don't be a boss. Okay, well, there's a cutscene.
This is unbelievable. The seed did all this?
No. This wasn't the work of the seed. Those burn marks came from Alliance weapons.
What do you mean?
This Koltova. It doesn't look like it was infected. Look, here, see? No, it was killed by a weapon blast.
To prevent a second wave of contamination, all wildlife in the area have been terminated.
But that's... barbaric.
You can say that again, Ethan. Barbaric.
What is it?
An Alliance tank.
Be ye friend or foe.
This area is off limits. It is under quarantine. Identify yourselves immediately.
We are Guardians. Here on a purification mission.
I am the commanding officer of the 177th Brigade, Fulyen Kurtz.
Full yen.
Can't you see that this zone
Sounds like a
is being
Chinese thing.
sterilized?
Chinese
There's no
name.
need for purification.
Yes, but we have a report of a missing child in the area. Have you seen a little boy?
I didn't know that the Guardians also offered babysitting services.
Okay, dude.
You better
No
find
need for
him
snarky
quick,
comments
Or
here.
hope that he's flame retardant.
Aren't you our allies?
What
There's
an
a kid
asshole.
in danger out there. Don't you care if he lives or dies?
I will not endanger the entire planet for the sake of a single child. The contamination must be stopped at all costs.
Why you?
Remember what I said. I apologize for my comrade. Is it possible to delay sterilization until after we found the child?
Contamination has already begun to spread up ahead, and we anticipate another attack.
Leave the responsibility of the contamination to us.
Very well. However, if you find yourself in danger, send up a flare. We will provide help if we can.
Thank you for your cooperation. Let's go.
I guess even casts be mere mortals. They are weak against the thick. THICC thick. What's his problem? I'm sure you ran into the same attitude in Hotel City too. Within caste, there are those who regard humans and Newmans as inferior races. Some even go as far as to advocate a caste supremacy, fascism. And even though Peru, which is primarily under caste control, prohibits such discrimination, the reality is that below the surface, the most intense discrimination occurs here. A lot of them are even members of the Alliance military force. Of course, there are also many castes who oppose these ideas, but for the most part, these castes generally migrate to the Guardians colony. Because of the Guardians colony, all races are equal, correct? That's what the president, well, that's what the Guardians dictate. You know, there are some bad things out here that we're rarely exposed to from inside the colony, but sometimes I find it necessary to step out from the sterility of the colony.
and face the truths of the world, whether they be harsh or pleasant. At least they're real. Real. Real good. Yeah. Okay, buddy. Yeah. Well then, where are we going? Okay, we're going that way. Cool. Anyway, guys, I'm looking at the time, and it's half an hour, so I will leave this episode here. Until next time, we will continue on our search for this missing child. I thought we were looking for a dude, but apparently we're looking for a kid now. So anyway, I hope you guys are enjoying this, and until next time, hope you're having a great day. Catch you next time. Peace out.